very uncomfortable whenever they would stare at me. Because, yeah, I felt like they were hitting on me, too. I was like, okay, good. It's not just me.
I just found out some information that really kind of pisses me off. I'm probably never going to be asked to be a judge again after this, but that's okay because I'm giving you a real honest perspective from being a pageant mom to a pageant judge, and I'm keeping it real with you guys. That's what the world needs, is more realness these days. Hello YouTube, what are we doing this weekend, Hattie?
Because y'all are judges and like what am I doing again?
You're just gonna help backstage. Yeah. So my face is like halfway put on. I hurried and got off work. We drove down here to somewhere down by the airport, and I'm fixing to finish my face, get dressed, and we'll go downstairs and judge the Friday night events. We've been in the pageant industry for a long time, so I think we'll do okay. Taliah will be joining us tomorrow. She had volleyball games tonight. I'm missing them, but Beverly needed us for tonight. So me and Ty are going to get dressed, and then I will take you downstairs and show you a little behind the scenes of the judging area. So what I always say in my vlogs?
Oh yeah, don't forget to like and subscribe and hit that bell.
And hit that bell.
Yes, that's what everyone says.
I never tell people to hit that bell, but hit the bell. And my comments are turned back on, so leave me a comment down below. Again, if you leave something nasty, you will probably be deleted and blocked. This is a pageant vlog. If you do not agree with pageants and girls doing pageants, then don't freaking watch it. Got my makeup done. We're gonna be setting for like, I don't know, at least 6 hours probably tonight. And then tomorrow it's gonna be like a freaking, probably a 12-hour day. Hoping that Hattie will be able to use her phone or her daddy's or someone's phone to record a little bit of the girls on stage, so you can kind of pageant type of vlog that I normally do. But since I'm gonna be judging, I'm obviously not gonna be allowed to have my phone just sitting right there recording girls. And typically, like I said earlier, I follow a girl, but obviously I could not do that at this pageant. I know I'm gonna have people asking me if I'm gonna be biased or anything like that, or you know some of the girls, but in this pageant industry, a lot of the judges that are in these systems probably know, not personally, but just know of a kid because they see them all the time. I mean, they're pretty much judging these kids nonstop. There's a lot of new girls that I have no clue who they are. There's probably gonna be some that I do remember, but it all comes down to stage day and how they bring it once they hit that stage, not anything that they have done before or if I've spoken to them before. So Ty, he doesn't give a crap about anybody if he's met them or not. Men are typically the harder judges than women. They're more pickier. And when Taliah was on stage, I know that's how it used to be with her. They would nitpick apart a lot of stuff. And sometimes redheads were not a favorite with a lot of male judges, and sometimes they were. So it's just kind of like hit or miss, you know. You're paying for an opinion. Basically, people who enter pageants are paying for an opinion. I'll hopefully try to sneak you guys in and have a few behind the scenes moments. Maybe we'll talk to Beverly a little bit, show all the prizes backstage, that type of thing. I think your hat's gonna block the
I don't know if I can
camera crew. Oh my gosh. Oh, I got a headache. I think it's just because the music's like so loud, and then the girl that was emceeing was just like yelling in the microphone, I feel like, when she was introducing each girl. Let's talk about my makeup. I mean, hey, it still looks pretty good. And I was like, oh wait, see? I was like rubbing my face. So I would say typically the standouts are always, in my eyes, from like 4 to 8 or 9 to 12. But the big girls, holy crap, they blew me away today. There were so many good ones. Like, I was really not giving perfect scores unless they were just like, I was just mesmerized by them. So I was trying to be really picky, but not too harsh at the same time, because it's like when you're too nice, it's like it kind of throws off the scoring and the judging for, I think, some of the titles and how, you know, girls pool. So I kept one of these because they gave me a duplicate of this contestant. So just to show you like how the scoring is on, I was judging natural swimwear tonight, and I believe in beauty, this was all the same. So this is what we were instructed to do. Facial beauty, they did not want us to give lower than a 9.7. Basically, it's kind of like a 5 to 10 scale. So that's like a 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Some people might disagree. Some people might agree, like you should be able to score her with however you want. But the director did not want us going lower than a 9.7 in facial beauty, because I guess mamas will get really, really upset if they get their score sheets back and they've got a 9.5 in facials. Attire, you could score any way you want. You could drop down to a 9.5. Overall impression, you could do that too. Again, I was probably staying a lot of the times in the 9 point, I would say for facial beauty, 9.8 to 9.9. I was only given 10s unless I was just totally, like I said, mesmerized. Attire, I was probably staying between the 9.6 and the 9.9. Again, it was only natural swimwear, so they really weren't amazing attire. But if there was one that I loved, then I would definitely give a 10. Overall impression, did they blow me away, or was I kind of bored? That was kind of how I ranked that. Circle if excellent, check if improvement is needed. So I was really only circling, like I said, if I was giving pretty much all 10s or very close to 10s, the 9.9s, then I would circle. If it needed improvement, I didn't really do that as often. I don't want to come across as a super crazy harsh judge, but I did do it. There was a few times there were some really too big of hair for natural. I mean, go a little softer. It's natural competition. So I did check some for hair and makeup that were just way too dark makeup. Like the tans were crazy dark. Eye contact, obviously, I would definitely check that if they weren't looking at me or any of the judges at all. And then the sincere smile. I did like that they had this, because there are so many forced smiles. There's some girls that aren't smiling at all. So yeah, that's the breakdown of the score sheets. So that might have been super boring for you, but sometimes people are interested in a judge's opinion. So that's just kind of how I was judging. Tomorrow I'm going to be judging Glitz Beauty, and then I'm not sure what else. But I was so excited when I found out I was going to be judging Glitz Beauty, because that's my favorite. Hattie helped backstage. What were you doing, Hattie? Were you handing out gifts?
Yeah.
So after each event, Beverly likes to hand out a little gift to each contestant walking off stage, which I think is really cool. That's one thing we've always loved about her pageants. The girls always felt very spoiled, and they came off stage, whether they did good or whether they felt a little I didn't do my best, they were still, they got a little something to lift their spirits. Oh, I forgot to mention comments. I really wasn't leaving a whole lot of comments, unless there was a couple of times I wrote that their tans were way too splotchy and dark, overly dark, to where you don't have to be that dark, there was a couple of times that just kind of bothered me, so I wrote it. I also wrote sometimes just relax. Some of the girls were when they'd get up there, because we're real close, we're up in their face, so I could see everything. It was a very different view than I've ever gotten at a pageant before. And I felt so bad for some of these girls, because you're just breathe, relax, have fun, but they were so nervous. And some that would just kind of smile like this, and I said, show your smile more. So they would be that's what I felt like. And like I said, I can't film very much because I'm sitting there judging. I'm not supposed to be on my phone. I tried to let Hattie film a little bit today, so she needs to learn to keep her hands still, I know you tried. So hopefully tomorrow she'll be a little bit better with filming, and I can get Taliah to help a little bit too. This might be a boring vlog, it turns out, because I can't really show much like I can during a normal pageant vlog. Look who made it. Taliah. Taliah, people want to see your face. Someone loves you. Really?
I'm gonna go be judgmental.
And the backstage area. This is all the prizes that they hand out. The crown, let's see. 20th anniversary.
Why don't they show your short because we're supposed to start at 8:30?
Well, pageants never start on time.
There's no reason for that.
I know.
On time, they just end.
What happened last night? Well, actually, we were
Boys, come on backstage with us here. Boys, please come backstage. Line up, and here is number 4. Number 4. Boys. And judges from Chicago, Illinois. And that's this is our wonderful 3-year group here. We're going to start with number 20. Good luck, everybody. Here is July.
So I just got back to my room. We're taking a lunch break from judging, and I just found out some information that really kind of pisses me off. So I was waiting for Ty to finish up judging in his ballroom. I don't know if it was a couple of people or if it was like a certain team that had a problem with me and Ty judging at this pageant. Basically, they tried to bring forward information to Beverly that me and Cambry Littlefield, who is a pageant coach, Taliyah's ex-pageant coach, because Taliah doesn't do pageants anymore. She hasn't done them in years. Said that we're really good friends and we love to travel with each other, and we just went to Cancun on a trip with each other, and I shouldn't be judging because I would be totally biased. And I'm like, what? First off, like, they said that they seen us in a YouTube video together on my channel that I posted, and they tried to show Beverly the photo, and the photo didn't even have Cambry in it. It was me and another friend of mine named Lorena, who was a pageant mom and used to do kids. But they said that was Cambry and in the picture, and I don't need to be judging because I vacation with Cambry. First off, you don't even know what the hell you're talking about because that's not Cambry in the video. I thought that was really freaking stupid. And of course, Beverly's like, no, I've known Ty and Heather for years and I know that they're not going to be biased and blah, 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 which we're not. Like, have you not watched my channel and seen all the videos I've done talking about all these teams? Like, I just did a video like maybe like 6 months ago or something talking about all the teams, all the amazing coaches that you can go with. I'm no way affiliated with any coach anymore because my kids don't do pageants. Even though I go and vlog and stuff, I vlog with girls from all different teams. I've vlogged from Stina's team, from Cambry's. I've vlogged from Rochelle's dream team. I've vlogged for a couple of them with their girls. So I'm no way affiliated with just Cambry's court. And I know she can't tell me who said that, but I'm really interested to know like who's stupid enough to say that was Cambry in the video. Yeah, so there's the tea for what's happened so far as me as a judge. Otherwise, it's been going really good. I have learned a few things from just watching these girls on stage that I used to stress all the time for being a pageant mom, and now I'm like, that was so stupid to even stress over. I think mostly basically referring to, I used to stress out about like when they were little, having like the props. Like there's got to be something on stage that goes with my daughter's outfit, and like I don't even notice props unless they're like jumping out of it or something like that, like Hattie's igloo OOC. But like just like the sparkly props that are like just sitting in the background doing absolutely nothing, like those are expensive. Those are like $300-500 probably, and mamas none of us really care to notice them, to be perfectly honest. So I would be like, totally save your money. Just watching the 0 to 3, I remember Hattie and Taliah, we would always stress on like trying to practice their routines and making sure they're doing movements versus just standing there. But honestly, I would rather have a child just get out there and stand and smile and wave and blow kisses versus sitting there like watching the mom with a serious face and doing all this without a smile or a face, because I mean it's like zero personality because they're just working on like the move. So I'm like, God, push the routine aside for the 0 to 3. Maybe if you're like a 3, you know, start doing them or whatever, but like it's really hard to score personality when they're just like dead in the face, you know. Of course they're not going to be as much as big girls, but I would love to see them crack a smile at least, you know, so I could give them a good score. Like I said last night, I'm being really picky with my 10s. I'm not just throwing out 10s and 10s and 10s. And I think most moms would appreciate that. I'm trying not to be super harsh either. You know, I'm not going to the very end of the score sheet, but I'm definitely not staying at the top for every single person. So I'm interested to see what Ty's gonna say, how he's been judging and what he's kind of like, you know, what's standing out to him. But yeah, the bullcrap of the drama of trying to get us kicked out and not judge this pageant because they think I'm affiliated with Cambry's Court. You don't even know me, fool. You don't even know. Like, I love all of these pageant coaches. 2 girls on 2 different teams. That clearly shows I'm not just tied to Cambry. Like, I had one with Stina, one with Cambry. So anyway, back to judging. Gonna go fill my tummy with some food and then go watch the big girls. Ty just got done. Let's see his face when he starts walking off. Are you tired?
Pee.
Like 9 hours to go.
And here is Haley, 93.
It would be nice to have top partner. Doing something right.
So we all look super amazing. It's early and we have to leave to go to Taylor's volleyball tryout. That's at 1 o'clock, about 3.5 hours away. So we can't stay for crowning, but I am watching the update to see who takes the top titles, see if I was kind of close with who my picks were. Or as like from 0 to 3, I don't even remember if I had like a standout in 0 to 3. 0 to 3. I don't know. Maybe if I seen a picture of the winner and I could remember. And in the 4 to 8, that was definitely the little redhead that reminded me of Taliah when she was little. Something with a K. Kinley. She was amazing. Like, she modeled like a 10-year-old or a 12 or even a 15. There was a cute little blonde girl. Do y'all remember the blonde girl that was before the redhead? And the 4-year-olds? No. She had on like a bright hot pink glitz dress. It was like hot pink long sleeve, and it had like colored stones on it. Oh, it was so pretty. Okay, so real talk really quick. Who was your absolute favorite watching? Hattie?
That is really hard
I know.
because I like the redhead, Isabella, and like.
Oh yeah, Isabella. Isabella was really good too. Oh, you said your favorites were the little redhead, which was, I keep forgetting her name. Kylie? Kinley? Kinley, Isabella, and then who else did you say you liked? Landry Douglas. Yeah, she was really, really good. So the predictions were pretty spot on. Miss Kinley, the little redhead, got the ultimate title, $3,000, and then Isabella and Landry also pulled a pretty high title as well. There were, like I said, so many big girls, but I think my absolute favorites were from the bigger girls, the 13 and up. There was this one girl that was always just like, every time she walked on stage, I got excited. She's, first off, drop dead gorgeous. Like, there's something so unique about her face and her eye color, the way her hair and her makeup was. It was just like, she had it kind of styled up on top of her head. Like, it kind of like looked like she was from Africa or something like that. She was very exotic looking, very beautiful. She was from California, because when them California girls get on stage, they got a huge cheering section in the back, so you already know where they're from because all of them are screaming. Before we watch the live crowning, I want to know who you think, who is the standouts, like, that you remember?
The little number 41, the little redhead that was like 3 or 4 years old, tiny little girl.
Yeah, that's what they said too. Kinley.
She was awesome. Just her whole routine, just everything. She seemed like she was a lot older than what she was with the way that she acted on stage and carried herself. Ooh, going up.
Did you remember anybody from like 4 to 8?
Not really. I don't think.
No one stuck out in your mind? I don't remember anybody from 4 to 8 either for some reason.
Like the 9 to 12 age would have been like Isabella.
Yeah.
And then Landry.
Was she in 9 to 12? Yeah. She was? Yeah, I guess she's close to your age.
Landry stood out. She was good, just always, just full of personality. It was Isabella, she's awesome with her stuff. Like I said, she looks like that chick off of the shows with Matthew McConaughey, whatever her name is.
Huh? Oh! Now,
it's gold. And
Kate Hudson. You think she looks like Kate Hudson?
She looked like Kate Hudson, yeah.
Okay, so those were 9 to 12. There were probably a few more.
There was a few more. I just don't really remember names too much.
Okay, so like, what about your favorite?
9 to 12 age had like, I want to say at least 6 really good girls. It was really tough in between and stuff. I mean, it's to where I had to start looking specifically at outfits just to try to deduct something to.
No, that was like big girls. I feel like that was 13 and up for me.
The same way. I mean, it was.
You had to start being super nitpicky.
Really picky just to hit them on if like I saw something hanging on one girl's dress and it was.
Oh,
so that
you butt.
I had to. It's a part of it. I thought so.
They were the big girls. You had to be super picky because they were all like 10. I kept giving 10s, 10s, 10s.
I felt like this is pointless, and I turned to the other judges like, okay, so how are we going to keep judging this? Do we need a different scale?
The plus system? Marks and then the circling of the extra details are, I think, what helps break ties. Go down to the bottom and circle if their hair was fabulous, if their makeup was fabulous.
But you don't have any makeup on.
I know. I look like shit. But no, I was giving perfect 10s across the board from a lot of.
There were some girls that I didn't like. Like, even just to break it down, there were some girls, like something around their eyes, just that some light girls had like really white eyes. And it just didn't look.
They looked like a raccoon because it was just so much right there. And it kind of took away from their beauty, I feel like. There was some hair that just was very sloppy on top, not very smooth, and their hair pieces didn't match the color. Of course, that was deducted, I feel like. So big girl. There was a lot.
That was the toughest competition. I mean, I haven't seen the crowning or none of that stuff yet, but they would be the ones. I mean, there should be at least 6 of those, and I would think in the top. I don't know how Beverly's going to break.
I don't know how their top 15 or top 10 is, but I would think it would be a lot of big girls standing there.
I've never seen it. All the pageants we've ever done with the girls and been to and filming and stuff like that. I've never seen so many big girls that were that good. It felt very uncomfortable whenever they would stare at me and wink at me or whatever like that. But that's why I talked to those other women judges, and they were sitting there saying, she goes, yeah, I felt like they were hitting on me too. I was like, okay, good. It's not just me.
See any like wardrobe malfunctions like we did? I seen a lot of boobies pop out.
The lady next to me, she was like, did you notice that? I was like, I noticed her dress was a little big. She goes, no, her boob came out. I was like, I didn't see that.
I mean, like duct tape, sticky tape, boob tape.
Girl passed out. I don't know what happened. I had to get an ambulance on her.
Oh yeah.
We didn't even know. I noticed this curtain move, but nobody acted freaked out or nothing. Everything just kind of kept going. I didn't even notice until we were done. And they had the EMTs come in and get her. Beauty.
Second beauty with you.
Beauty, yes. That's where they were backstage, and she told Nancy that she didn't feel good. Luckily, Nancy was back behind stage and kind of got a chair for her, got her to sit down and stuff, and then she just said she passed out. I enjoy kind of seeing this side of it. It shows a different side of it, but then also seeing that girl's passion to where she was so upset. She was hurting. You could tell. And they said it looked like she'd been hurting a weekend, but she was trying to fight through, just like the way that you always compare it to being an athlete, and it's a competitive sport. I mean, you got to have the better equipment. You can't go out there with a $10 bat and be one of the best baseball players. You can be good, but you got to have the overall package and be able to compete. And you could see that, the disappointment in her face as she was being carted out in the with the EMT and stuff. I mean, you could see that she was tore up. She was hurting, but it was more the fact that she didn't get to finish and compete. And I completely get that. Being an athlete, I understand the way that she feels. So that was tough to see it for her being taken out like that.
So what is your opinion, a pageant mom wanting us to be kicked out because we are biased? What is your thoughts?
The biasness to me is hilarious, because they said we went on a trip with Canberry when actually it was Lorena and her husband Fabian.
Lorena and Canberry look nothing alike.
Yeah,
and then you were Beverly's son.
I was Beverly's son. I didn't know I had a different mom. They didn't give me any presents ever for any birthdays, graduations or games. It's a horrible mother, Beverly is, for not coming to my games.
It was just... And then Beverly never told us who it was that was complaining. But guess what? You know, the pageant world is small, and people message. I had several pageant moms message me and let me know who was running their mouth. I am so biased to where I gave your kid perfect scores in pretty much everything, even though you owe me $300. I am very, very biased. And this pageant world is small enough to know who that is. And I wasn't gonna say this, but I don't care. If I don't get asked to judge again, I don't care. But it's sad that you don't have that much faith in your kid to bring it on stage to where you need to go and gripe to a director to have judges thrown out because you're afraid that they're gonna judge your daughter unfairly. Like, your daughter is amazing. Like, let her leave it on the stage.
She did really, really
She was freaking fabulous. And I really want to mention names. I really do.
She was an awesome girl.
But I'm not going to stoop to that level. The pageant world is small enough to know who I'm talking about. You two, maybe not. I'm not going to say the name. Just really freaking immature of you. Really immature of you. But you don't have to worry, because I was not biased in any way, shape, or form. Even though you did a lot of people dirty, a lot of people wrong. She probably is getting a top title, I'm assuming, because all of the judges felt the exact same way about her. I would look at scores as each one was handing me, just to kind of see, like, am I totally off? Am I being too hard? Am I being too nice? And I was pretty close with all the judges sitting near me. What about you? And did you happen to like glance at any other judges' scores?
Well, that, and even after this stuff was done, we'd kind of sit there and talk after all the girls walked out, and we'd just kind of talk over what we thought on certain ones. Yeah.
It seemed like y'all were all on the same page.
All on the same page.
Again, your worrying for no reason is very immature and shows a lot about how your character is. So I'm just going to end that with that. What I forgot to talk about last night, and I was hoping, Taliah, you were filming this, and you probably didn't, with the fake Netflix people, or the Netflix people that showed up, and they were like fake filming.
When Tim stopped, and he was like telling them to get out, like that second or third time I stopped.
They broke their contract with Beverly's with us.
Okay, so everybody knows who Cassidy Dunlap is. She, her mom and them used to have a show on TV.
They own a
Cheer Perfection or something like that. Her mom's a modeling coach. She's been around forever. So So she was a Navarro cheerleader, and I guess Netflix is doing some type of documentary. I don't know very many details on it, and they wanted to follow Cassidy, and then I think one of Cassidy's friends, who's not a pageant girl, the Netflix people could only be in the ballroom when Cassidy was on stage, and they would get everybody out, the judges, to see the camera crew. She didn't want the contestants to see the camera. They kept sneaking in the ballroom, and then at one point I turned and looked, and the camera crew with their big old fluffy microphone was like right in her face, basically. And then they would, you know, pan to the stage a little bit too, and Mr. Tim, like, ooh, he chewed their ass.
It wasn't nothing to do with the Dunlaps. It was Netflix. They broke their agreement.
They broke it, and I think they embarrassed Cassidy. I didn't like the fact that, like, I mean, I guess Beverly didn't want them in there, but then, like, they had to fake film that one girl to make it look like she was entering the pageant. Remember that happened, like, however long ago?
Big Rich, Texas.
Big Rich, Texas. I think we still have it saved on our TV. They tried to do that with some contestants.
We all had to sign an agreement. We didn't know anything about it until we showed up. They said, hey,
Yeah.
we're going to be filming. If you're okay with being filmed, sign here. If you're not okay with being filmed, sign here. You have to
Well, they didn't even ask any of the contestants, and then they just showed up and started filming people without even asking.
Which that is the problem. Because
Yes,
not
and it
everybody
stressed
wants
out
to face
Beverly.
the
It stressed out, I'm sure, Cassidy, because
Tim got
pissed. You don't do stuff in his ballroom without, you know.
I like Tim. He sat there. He's standing up for all the girls. Because
Yes.
they can sit there just like all the toddlers and tiaras crap and
Oh,
make
yeah.
everybody look bad.
And I guarantee you that's why they were trying to film some of these little girls on stage, and parents in the audience or whatever, they're going to twist that crap, and they're going to try to make pageants look bad, just like all the other TV shows do when they do talk about pageants. That's why I do these vlogs, to try to, like, show a different side, the actual true side of it, and I hate that. So I think that's why Beverly didn't want them in there filming, other than just to get Cassidy on stage. But then to have a girl, I don't care if it's Cassidy's friend. She wasn't a contestant. She wasn't a real contestant. She wasn't even entered. But then they have to, like, fake film her up on stage. Beverly's nice to let her up on stage. I would have said, hell no, pay me a beauty fee. You're using my stage, pay me a beauty fee, or enter the damn pageant. Or just practice at home until you're ready to enter a pageant. I don't know. I just didn't like that at all. Nothing against, like I said, Cassidy or the Dunlaps, but I was like, really, Netflix? Like, you had to do that? So I'm interested to see when that show comes out.
They were filming a girl backstage a little bit, and he, like I said, he was protecting the girls.
Yeah.
And he's awesome with what he does.
Yeah. No. I thought it was funny how he yelled at him. God, Taliah, why weren't you recording at that moment in time? That would have been perfect to see. God, I look like crap. This weekend, though, I didn't sleep very good. So, yeah, it totally is showing. Plus, I have, like, no makeup on. But, so I am looking at some of the comments from crowning right now. And I just thought I'd throw this in there. There are a couple of names in the bigger girls that I was a little surprised with their titles. Just a little. Because, like I said, I was scoring the bigger girls way better than I was scoring, like, the younger ones, like, because it was so hard. They were all so equally gorgeous. Some of these mamas, I don't know, I guess I may have used to be that way. I'd get butthurt if my kid didn't win. So I mean, you know, just now being put in this position, I have a whole new outlook on it. So, but no, some of the comments were saying that we prefer the little ones, the 0 to 3, 4 through 8 over with, because all the ones I really wanted to see were the bigger ages. Not saying there wasn't some good ones in the 4 to 8, but my favorites were the big girls this weekend. Some of them were saying, oh, well, it's because the judges get so tired by the time the big girls come on. We were actually debriefed by Beverly and her staff before we went in. They said, you're going to be hurting tomorrow by Saturday night, but these big girls deserve as much of your attention as the little ones do at the beginning of the day, which I totally agree with that. They're paying a lot of money to enter this, so at least we could do is just sit there with, you know, the same type of mindset as we were with the younger ones. And again, I was excited to see the big girls this weekend because I have never seen a pageant that was so stacked with amazing big girls. So yeah, it was going to be tough. Some of the bigger winners this weekend may be getting a lower title than they're used to getting because they're not used to competing with that much talent. So keep that in mind, you know. And some of these other moms, God, how do you, I shouldn't say this because it sounds mean, but it's like, yeah, your good girl is good, but there's like 4 4 other ones that were crazy standouts in her division. So I guess we all sometimes have blinders on with our own kid. I don't know. I'm probably never going to be asked to be a judge again after this, but that's okay, because I'm giving you a real honest perspective from being a pageant mom to a pageant judge, and I'm keeping it real with you guys, because why not? That's what the world needs, is more realness these days. And all these people getting butthurt. Oh, there were some people griping about the age groups. Well, that's why we only want like 11 and up, or 12 and up, or 13 and up groups. Well, then don't freaking enter the pageant if you don't like the Supreme Breakdowns. Like, hey, there's a good idea. You're afraid of all these little ones whipping up on your big girl, then don't enter the pageant because the Supreme Breakdowns aren't in your favor, as you say. God.
So in saying that, me and Ty really did have a good time judging. It was just really neat to get a different perspective than what we're used to seeing, you know, as a pageant mom or dad. Would we judge again? Heck yes. I had a blast, and we did have a little bit of a drama, but you know, every competitive sport I do feel like has a little bit of drama here and there, but nothing like, you know, some of the TV shows make it to be. The amazing thing about Beverly is she always takes her parents and contestants, even judges, critiques and criticism, and tries to make her system better for the next year. She even changed her age groups I seen for her next 2 pageants. This makes it more of an even playing field, as some would say, for the bigger girls and the 9 to 12. So hopefully that will make more people happy. For most of us, for the pageant world, we do this for the girls. They have a blast. They love getting to meet new people. And at the end of the day, it's just a simple, silly competition. I hate that some of these moms take it so serious and have to be so cutthroat and negative, but most of us are really not like that. We cheer for our friends, even if they're competing for the same title in the same age group. The best thing is seeing other people be genuinely happy for a child that wins, even if it's not their own. So I hope you guys enjoyed this vlog. Stay tuned to my channel. Please subscribe, give this video a like if you enjoyed it, and hopefully I will be able to bring you more pageant vlogs in the near future.